You are watching or listening to the Holistic Travel Nurse podcast. I have my upline person for Doterra, and kind of related to you because it's hard to explain. They're my uncle, and Kim has been in the healthcare industry, in the backside of the healthcare industry, for over 30 years. Kim, you've been something in health for a long time, and had your own things happen in your health and decided enough is enough. Let me look at other options to aiding my body and healing my body. You're going to tell us that story?
Sure. So a little background, I did work for a large healthcare industry for over 30 years. And then I worked at Cancer Treatment Centers of America for a couple of years and learned a lot about searching for other products that are out there that would help heal us without it always being a pharmaceutical. So I was also dealing with a cancer patient in my home who was really struggling with the amount of cancer meds that they were taking at a time. And so I was looking for something that would help them as well. And by doing that, I was introduced to Doterra essential oils, which I did a lot of research. That was my background. I'm a pharmacy background, and I did a lot of research on coming from a large manufacturing facility. Everything that is tested and through the process, I felt would be important in choosing something to use on my body, as well as, you know, the loved one that I was struggling with cancer. So after doing a lot of research, I found that.
Woo! Uh-oh. I may have thought. Oh, wait. There you are.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So I found that Doterra had the purest form of essential oil on the market at the time that I did the research. And I believe that's still true today. But I was also at that time dealing with a lot of intestinal issues. I'd gone through a couple of colonoscopies, and it was getting to the point that they were wanting to do surgery. And that freaked me out. So I spoke to my upline about what I could use for those intestinal issues. And I started with specifically Digest Zen on my tummy, and it helped quite a bit. Then I was introduced to Terrazyme, and Terrazyme has been my lifesaver. And I can tell you, not every meal, but every meal that is like hard for me to digest, like red meats, strong pastas and sauces and stuff like that, stuff that would be heavier and harder for me to digest. I was always using Terrazyme with that. And so for me, I had 4 episodes in a 3-year span, and my next episode, they said surgery. Since Doterra, I have had 0 episodes, none. I can tell if I eat something that is kind of upsetting and what it's going to do to me. I can tell right away. Those feelings, and I'll take a Terrazyme. I'll take a Digest Zen tablet, gel cap, and sometimes just rub the Digest Zen on my tummy, or even the Tamer. I love the Tamer. I do. And I have been able to deal with my own digestive issues. So, and I will tell you, I had a lot of reflux. I was also on a medication. So when they did one of my colonoscopies, they did an upper GI, and they realized I have an issue there as well. And the Digest Zen tabs have really taken care of those issues for me, along with Terrazyme. I think that Terrazyme breaks down food in your stomach real quickly. If you take Terrazyme and open it up and you put it in some oatmeal, you'll see it liquefies. So that's what it's doing to food that sits in your stomach longer. And so what it does is that it allows it to pass through your system more easily. And when that happens, then those digestive issues that you're dealing with seem to dissipate, because mine did. I will also say the newest product that Doterra has added to the digestive family is the peppermint. That's, I'm going to say this wrong, but it's intricate coated, and it dissolves in the intestine area. So it also is helping with food to process through there more easily. And so I've added that also.
Oh, I love that one. And the Terra enzyme, I've had other people who told me that when they started Terra enzyme, it helped with their sinus issues. And so, I mean, I wonder if that our bodies just stop making so much digestive enzyme and we're just giving it that extra support that it really needs.
I think that as you age, you have less digestive enzymes. It's like everything in the aging process. Your body changes. It's not producing, your metabolism changes. Everything changes. And I think that, you need a little help in that area. But I also feel people who have their body has come under attack in any area. It could be eczema. If you take care of your gut, you're going to take care of those other issues that are going on in your body. The most important place in your body that you need to take care of is your gut. Your gut handles all your autoimmune. It handles a lot of things. And so you need to just take care of the gut.
Do you have a daily protocol that works for you now?
Yes, I do. I every morning I have Terra's. Okay, let me just tell you, I take a lot. Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you to take a lot. But I feel stronger. Even through this whole COVID, I'm just gonna tell you, I feel like my body is healthier. It's not under attack. So, but I take the LLV, the Lifelong Vitality supplements. I take all three, the 3-pack, and I take 2 of each of those. I take in my morning mix, I take 1 of the peppermint gel caps. I take a Terrazyme. I also take DDR Prime, because that's like a strong antioxidant, and I take that every day. I take a turmeric, because turmeric is also one that's double encapsulated and goes into the gut, and it helps with inflammation. So the gut gets inflamed, the turmeric's going to help with that inflammation. And I take the yarrow, 2 of the yarrow palm. Trying to think if I forgot anything. Pretty much that's what I take. I at night, I always take PB Assist. And if I've eaten something where I feel bloated, I'll take a PB Assist Junior and just take that Liquimate thing and shoot it down. And I'll sometimes just take a Digestin gel cap.
Yeah. And do you have an oil routine every day too that you find is helpful?
Well, I for my gut, I always have a Digestin or a Tamer rollerball by my bedside. I carry it all. It's in my purse. It's by my bedside, and I just roll it on. I roll it on all the time. If you are dealing with like a flu symptom, you can you just keep reapplying the Digestin. I mean, I'll lay in bed and my stomach start feeling bad. I'll reapply. The problem with essential oils is that people will use them one time, and it might make something go away for that one time, and then they don't reapply. If you reapply, it keeps it away. That's the key. And it's a lot of oilers, well, I'll call oilers, they start off gung-ho, and then they lose sight of what they were doing because it's kind of gone away. And then all of a sudden it comes back and they're like, oh, that didn't work. Well, it did work. You just didn't continue to use the product. That easy.
Protocol that really works for you. Yeah. Like a daily self habit protocol. That is why we have things in pill boxes.
Yeah, and I think Doterra has done a really great job of making it easier for us. So, like everything I just said, they produce. I'm not sitting here putting together a rollerball, although I do a lot of rollerballs, especially since my injury. I do a lot of rollerballs, but with the digestive system, they've put a lot of things together for us. Therefore, we don't have to sit there and blend a lot. It does allow us to if you have a need, but in my situation, I'm good with the products that they've already blended for us.
Yeah, I agree. I find that the what I use, and I mean, I can use it on an upset stomach on my dogs that sit in my lap. When one has an upset tummy, I can use the same thing that I'm using on me. I can apply to their belly in a diluted form, and they find relief.
Just did that today.
With your dog?
He threw up last night, threw up today, and now I started the digest. See, last night I thought he just got into the garbage, and that was just dumb. He shouldn't have done. But then he did it again today, and it was his food, not even digested. And I had to apply Tamer on his tummy. Tamer's for kids. It works well on a dog. I just applied it on his tummy.
That's what I think. But this one was eating grass, and when they eat grass, they usually have some upset tummy. And
Yep.
And she didn't eat this morning a snack when I gave her a treat. So after the call, I'm gonna be doing the same thing, and I'm gonna try Tamer on them. I like that Tamer. I do
too.
That in my pocket at times, and I find that the Tamer is actually at Disney when Disney was open. And we decided to go on a ride that that totally shows you're aged when you feel like you're just gonna get out. And the lady looks at Lady and goes, "You're a little gray." And I'm like, "I just need a minute. Give me my digestion, please, before I vomit." And I literally just did aromatherapy and was just breathing it in to calm me down, because that was a torture ride, not a fun ride for me. And so now that you have gotten kind of your digestive health, now you've found that there are probably multiple areas of your life that you use oils on, like just your dog and your emotional, and now you have an injury and you're helping your body maintain healing and using oils that way, and your emotions. So is it an everyday absolute, I'm going to get and use my oils regardless?
I'm going to tell you that since my injury, I was put on like narcotics in the hospital. They gave me narcotics to come home with. Because I've been pure, I don't use even Tylenol or, any of those products for headache, anything. I don't use anything over the counter. Let's put it that way. And because of that, all of the medications they gave me irritated me. Okay, so it was magnified. It was bad. And so I couldn't take any narcotics. I could not take any narcotics. I wasn't sleeping well. I couldn't take any sleep aids that they gave me. All I could do was my aroma. So my injury limits me to be able to move around. And so I was relying on others to help me. And so sometimes, when you're in bed at night and you need your diffuser going again, or you need something, I'm not going to wake somebody up in my family to come and do that. So I was struggling with sleep. And so then they were going to put me on something for that. And I tried it, did not work, gave me a massive headache. I can tell you that in my household, my husband, myself, my grandkids, my daughter, all of my daughter, all the kids that are in our life, we think, what could I use for that? That's in our home. We don't think I need to run out and get something, like for anything that we're dealing with. Honestly, right now with my injury, I have like exercises. I was really sore. I used the deep blue because everything was hurting on me. So I used the deep blue. I used vetiver on the bottom of my foot to help me sleep with a little serenity on top of that. I use for my healing, I'm using the On Guard Plus. I take 4 of those a day now because I'm trying to heal, and the On Guard Plus just helps with healing. I mean, there are so many things. I never, ever look to prescriptions or otherwise. And I can tell you firsthand, even with the severity of my injury, those did not work for me. They just made me worse. I lost 22 pounds because I was nauseous all the time. It was just terrible.
And now, and it's important to be getting good nutrients when you are healing from the injury that you had. So you feel like it's empowered your life in a way that you didn't ever expect these little bottles of oils to do for your life, that cause that it's an everyday an occurrence, that you have something that's sitting there that you can use for all sorts of issues that you didn't think you would have had beforehand. And
absolutely.
That's
I absolutely feel that way. I mean, the more you learn about the essential oil and how they work together, you know, like oregano and melaleuca, and how those two work together to help you. You know, there's different, rose and melaleuca. There's different oil combinations that you will find can change your life beyond anything else, honestly.
I think it's just an added support to our bodies. Our bodies, are healing themselves, and we just are adding the support to help with those areas that are needing the extra support, and our emotions too. I think that they're the really benefit. So if you've never experienced the oils, it's time to reach out and get a sample, because that's the where to start, and then kind of gain your knowledge and gain your experience of what works for you. But if someone who's been suffering with, digestive issues forever and was looking at a massive surgery, it wasn't little surgery you were looking at, and it really changed your life projection from having to go through that surgery to now, how many years has it been that you have not had to see a GI doctor?
Well, I get regular colonoscopies. So, but since, so I started in 2010 with having the issue, and I had it for 3 years till 2013. I was introduced to Doterra in 2013. So, the one thing I will want to add to this is that the oils will penetrate the cell membrane. So your cell membrane has an oil coating, and oils will penetrate that. And that's what you need to think about when you're thinking about over-the-counter medications versus oils, on what, if you're dealing with something that resides inside the cell versus outside the cell, what over-the-counter medication penetrates the cell. That's what you got to think about when you're doing your own investigative process. And then you'll find a whole new world.
Absolutely. They're remarkable chemical constituents that do so much with our body. And there are so many episodes that you guys can listen to. There's more than one when it comes to digestive health on the podcast, because we were just talking in my other podcast, we talked about it being 74% of U.S. America people that have suffered with digestive issues of some sort. And we know that, recently that there's medications that are still on the market that are harmful, that people could be taking every day, or they could address their digestive issue naturally, diet change and supplementation and oils, and find relief. That's totally. It's empowering. That's what we want to do. And we want to help people with those, that it is possible to make the changes. And then, did you sort of play with the business as we end the call? We're going to keep it a short call. And what did you think of the business opportunity with Doterra too? I asked a little bit about that at the end.
So initially, my very first class, I think I had 9 people at the class. One was a real naysayer. All 9 people signed up. So I really wasn't looking at a business. I was looking at sharing and having everybody use a natural way to deal with any of their ailments. So I was a big sharer. I'm still a big sharer. So anybody hears this and needs to reach out to me, just reach out to me because I'm a big sharer. But yeah, I will tell you that it just grew, and I've learned a lot because, you know, you have 9 people sign up. You don't even know what to do with those 9 people. It's like this whole thing. But yeah, I'm actually a silver now, but I've never really done it as business. I've always done it as sharing, sharing my expertise, wanting everybody to just be healthier, you know, do things for their own body that's healthier for them.
Yeah, but it's impacted so many, and I know you have your whole family. I get my whole family on it because why? It's effective. We wouldn't be using them if they weren't effective.
Right.
They wouldn't just smell good things that we're trying to sell. No, we care about people's well-being and their health, and we want to empower people that they have choices to choose something natural.
Yeah, and so that, and when you say that, you know, like Doterra is more than just, you know, oils that help internally in your body, but you know, we have shampoo, conditioner, body wash, all that stuff. If you think of your skin being the largest organ of your body, you know, why wouldn't you at least want to start there? In my opinion, I mean, I always just say, you know what, why don't you just try the shampoo and conditioner or the body wash, or try the things that you're putting on your facial products. I've got all Doterra facial products and I love them. I mean, honestly, I feel I'm almost 63 years old, and I feel like I was having like a smoker's lip and all that. And I never smoked. I drank through straws, which is kind of similar to smoking. I would drink Diet Pepsi through straws all the time. But all that stuff that I use is very, very, to me, I just love it. So.
Oh yeah.
So much.
Yeah. And because if you just looked at the chemicals, like one of my friends we looked up one of their shampoos that they spent a lot of money on this expensive shampoo, and they can rate it for you to how toxic the chemicals are in there for you. There's different websites that do that. Yep. And the higher the number, the more toxic it is. And it rated a 9 out of a 10.
Wow.
And your pores are all open in the shower.
Yep.
So what you're putting on your hair and your skin in the shower is so darn important. It is going to absorb. People don't think about that.
It's my feeling exactly.
So yeah, it's just start with something simple. Start with the simpler, easier, and more effective products that work, and then you feel clean with, and you feel safe using them because they're not going to put anything harsh in them.
Right. And my daughter's comment was, you know, why go to a store and buy these products and bring all those chemicals, introducing all those chemicals into herself or her children, when you can buy them through Doterra and you still, you get points, you get, you know, there's so much, you know, so many benefits from it. Mm-hmm. Why not? And typically our products are less expensive in the long run than products on the market.
Yeah, very less shampoo you need and conditioner. Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't have a buildup where I've gotten a buildup with their other people's shampoo and conditioners. Doterra's, right. I can use it without having to really do a clarifying shampoo and have a huge buildup. And the skincare line, ladies, is like ridiculous in everything it does. Yarrow Palm is like, it's amazing stuff. And
the next video, let's do a video. I'll do a video on the facial products,
because they're just ridiculous. I mean, I am aging and I don't have as much, but I have a regimen that I do every single day, and I'm consistent with it. And that's be consistent with what routine you have, with what area of the body that you're trying to work on. You have to be consistent with a protocol, whatever protocol it is. I mean, and even with your emotions. I heard on the last podcast from another speaker, and we talked about emotions and the oils, and we talked about journaling, and she said, which is really cool, you could pass this along to Kim too, is that instead of listing your gratitude, she also lists what to be excited about for the week. what can you be excited about for this week? So you get your brain and your mind ready for that week, things that you could be excited about. And especially with this, everyone being cooped up and your emotions being off, you know what, get your oils out, work on that intention and work on with that with your journal. Do your gratitude and then really think of those like 10 things that you could be excited about for the whole week. I thought it was really cool.
That does sound cool.
So I want to thank you, Kim. Kim will be on again. We'll talk about skincare and skincare ideas because it's something that all of us ladies love to do. And thanks for Kim for being on and sharing your digestive issues. And you guys, the show notes will have both of our information. So you can always reach out to us and keep oiling on.
Yep. Thank you.